I'm going to read one or two poems related to my book, 21 Days. My name's Chris Towers, and 21 Days. 21 Days and 21 Poems. The first poem I'm going to read is called By the Kallang River. I saw her as I wandered by the Kallang River, far from the opaque, endless shopping malls of plenitude. She scavenged with forked fingers, plucking and picking at scraps from the waste bins, shoveling empties of Coca-Cola bottles into bags, with all the tenacity of a hungry bird, pecking and poking. I could see skyscrapers with glories and stories of a country transformed, eating opulence. Meanwhile, she devoured the garbage like a cynomolgus monkey, feeding on the left-behinds of a feast. We spent some time in Singapore before heading out to Malaysia, and in particular Malacca. And when in Malacca, we walked upon the Malacca River, and this filled me with all sorts of images and ideas, and the colours of this river were quite outstanding. I called it the Malacca River. The olive-tinted waters, heavy with offal, slapping in slow whip motion against the river walls, consumed my eager eyes. Even the currents that moved cargoes of the spaghetti of sewage, left over from boathouses, made me smile. The smells of rotten food from forgotten buffets, cabbage and pungent vinegars, invading my airspace, never lessened my sense of peace. As we walked along the Malacca River from the hustle of Jonker Street and its fragrant street stalls to Little India in the sun. When travelling, one is always aware of all sorts of emotions, and through the 21 days, I was aware of a mix of feelings about home and place, home and away. And clutching the radio to my ear in the quiet of a hotel bedroom, I felt like a small boy again, listening to sounds from far away, the voices and tones familiar to me, and yet so distant. So I found BBC World Service, and from that bedroom, composed some notes on the basis of what I heard. Home thoughts. I listened to the World Service, a jewel from the skies of Ruthian dialects, a sound to comfort as much as the soft pillows resting my head. I cocked the radio to the ear for more as the sky blazed with scarlet hues and whiskers of pink. I heard tales from a lost homeland. They were closing Parliament. England imploded far, far away. Sadness, yearnings from a distant post. And the final poem I want to read reflects on some familiar themes of aging and loss, and also that feeling of belonging. And when we were in Singapore, we walked along an area called the Chin Swee Road. I was informed that it was quite a poor area, and in this area, dense tower blocks stood beside bustling shops. And we went to see my wife's aunt, and she cooked me a vegetarian bihun from her flat in Chin Swee Road, and we shared some photographs. So I've simply called the poem Chin Swee Road. Her aunt mixed a vegetarian bihun, cooked with tenderness, before sharing photos of the man she loved, from palm to palm. Her tears hanging threads from tear ducts, then falling down cheeks shining with pride. She adored the man. Her words gentle as the tick of the clock, her love as tender as the sun, with its honey rays, casting light on images, bright as her eyes, as the wind blew from Clark Quay, drifting through the window of her flat on floor 15, Chin Swee Road. I don't particularly like flying. In fact, I don't like flying at all. But when we left Singapore, there was all sorts of feelings of sadness, but reflections on the various sights and sounds of the country, Singapore and Malaysia. So I'll finish this reading with a poem, Departure. We checked the flight path, smelt the orchids, digested the kaya toast. Binned the paper, glanced the watch, finished the teh tarik. Tagged the bag, checked the passport, removed the odour spray. Binned the liquids, grabbed the rucksack, went through the body scan. Boarded the plane with smiling stewards, lipstick gloss by cheek. Secured the seatbelt, slid the backrest, closed the eyes to dream of the Kallang River and the Chin Swee Road and the winds from Clarke Quay. Thank you.